Greetings, YouTube. As you can see from the title of the video, I just want to let you know not to be alarmed by this. I'm not giving up on anything. I just wanted to share a little bit of motivation and inspiration that has helped me accomplish a lot of my goals. This year, I have been more successful at accomplishing my goals. 2 years ago, I was homeless, living out of my car and staying with friends randomly at their houses, on their couch and stuff. I was on the brink of falling apart, going to school, pursuing a major that I wasn't really passionate in. I just chose it because I knew so much information about it already. Nursing. And while going to school full time, I was working 10 to 13 hours for less than minimum wage and throwing all of the money that I possibly had into my car, which was always breaking down and falling apart. At the time, I didn't have any long-term goals set for myself. Kind of just assumed that everything was going to get better. I never really had any type of plan. I blamed my parents and everyone else for my situation, and I didn't try to do anything myself to try to make it better. I heavily relied on other people to try to help me. At some point, I just decided to sit there and think about my entire life and my entire situation. One night, it was probably like 20 degrees outside. I was sleeping in my car and I was almost absolutely sure that I was going to die because of how cold I was and how weak I felt from the extreme cold. Then I decided to try to find a place warmer, like going to one of my friends' house, and my car overheated and I got stranded. I broke down to tears and cried probably harder than I've ever cried in my entire life, wondering why everything at that point got that way. Just kept waiting for my car to cool down. Drove it a couple of miles and it overheated again. Drive it a couple miles, it overheated again. And I kept doing that until I got to a CVS that was open 24 hours. And I went to the bathroom and I charged my phone and I called my supervisor at the time of the job I was working. And he ended up taking me in and letting me stay with him until I could save up enough money to get my car fixed. I started to lay down like all of my goals and everything that I wanted to achieve, even with how unrealistic they were at the time. Now I've probably accomplished 3 times as much as I wrote down with those couple of months staying there. Now I'm probably doing better than I have ever been in my entire life without the help of anybody else, even though I was so reliant and so sure that was the only way that I could get help. And even then I started writing down my goals. I kind of pushed them back and I kind of had that mentality that a lot of us have where, well, as long as I'm trying, it's okay. And I kind of just whatevered it. I didn't get a lot of stuff accomplished at first because I had that kind of approach. Well, at least I'm trying. And you guys are probably saying the same thing about something in your life. When we're younger, we were never taught that failure is a matter of choice, just as success is. Failure is the refusal to establish objectives in your life. You could start a business today. Go to the bank, take out a loan, start a business, have a business plan. Your business fails, you go bankrupt, you go completely broke. You did not fail. You just simply found one way that running a business couldn't work. And a lot of people at that point will say, I don't have the talent to run a business, and they give up. And at the point that they gave up is the point that they failed. A lot of business owners today and a lot of millionaires and billionaire entrepreneurs started many businesses and took many risks and probably failed multiple times. And they used those failures to figure out a different approach of doing something. So they kept trying and trying, despite everybody probably telling them things like, oh, it's not for you, you're not smart enough, or you can't handle it. You have to ignore people that are going to say things like that. A lot of people don't mean it in a bad way or trying to hurt you. They're just concerned for you, and they just have that way of thinking that all of us naturally have. Lack of immediate success is not a failure. Failure only happens when you quit or you make excuses for your inability to succeed. So after realizing that when I set my goals down, I'm not going to try to do that or try to accomplish that. I am going to tackle that goal with full force, with intent to succeed. And what you should do is to write out everything you want to do, even though it seems completely realistic. Like, say I want to be the first underground goth musician to perform at the Super Bowl. I could accomplish that. If that's what I wanted to do, I could completely do that. It seems very unlikely, but if you plan it out step by step and figure out ways how to do it, you can do it. And if you fail at it, what you can do is write down everything that went wrong and try to figure out a different approach. Don't let roadblocks deter you, because they're a natural part of accomplishing your goals. And if you start doing this and writing down your goals, you'll find that you're going to hit roadblocks, what would seem like more. But what you're doing is you're accomplishing your goals at such a fast rate that you're going to hit those roadblocks sooner than you would have just by trying. Well, anyway, that's all I had to say for today. And I want you guys to post in the comments some of the things that you would like to accomplish if you had unlimited time, money, and resources. And also be sure to subscribe.